Whoa, diddly 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 whoa. Y'all know the one. So, I don't know if you remember, that song is hella gangster. The Bad Boys joint. He got a song called That's Gangster too. Make sure we straight. What's goody, Triumph fam? We back in this beach, you already know. Today, I have to address the Shyne interview, the Shyne Drink Champs interview. That was crazy. I mean, changed the whole game, because this guy is like a high-ranking government official now, dressing like Obama. But it's like, we know who Shyne is, though. You know what I'm saying? You remember Shyne came out with like the most gangster music. So I thought that was just mind-blowing. So yeah, on this episode of Chillin with Tri, we're gonna talk about that a little bit. Whoa, diddly 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 whoa. Y'all know the one. So I don't know if you remember, that song is hella gangster. The Bad Boys joint. He got a song called That's Gangster too. I mean, like, everything about him was just like dumb hard, you know what I mean? And in the interview, he talks about how that's like not the energy to have anymore. Like, that's not him anymore, you know, so that's a good thing. And when I first pulled up the interview, I'm looking at him like, yo, why Shyne looking like Obama? It threw me off. It threw me way off, because that's Shyne, you know. And throughout the interview, he kind of shows like he's still Shyne, but man, anyway, during the interview, he touches on how Jews would have looked kind of like me, you know. They would have been, you know, my complexion, darker, light skin. They would have been black people, you know what I mean? But that he was saying that's the original Jew. They moved to Europe. This is how you can have, you know, Jews of every culture. You know what I'm saying? Jews are people who have certain beliefs, you know what I mean? So he was saying, you know, you can't really tie it into a certain race, but he let us know that it started in Egypt, you know? And he was saying, just, you know, make sure that if you are African American, you know, you never feel inferior to any other race. And I think that was just so dope that he was saying that. And it was on a Drink Champs interview. It's like, usually it's mostly just music, you know, and you know, the industry, maybe some clothing stuff here and there, you know. You know, because he usually has, you know, hip hop artists. I haven't seen every interview, so I can't say, you know, for sure, like, that's all that they talk about on the interviews, but this was different. And I remember it was either EFN or Nori that was like, for the first time, we're talking about, you know, we're talking politics on Drink Champs. It was so dope. And he's sitting there looking like Obama, so it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you know, this ain't never happened. Like, this is big, you know, because this is the same platform where Kanye just had this crazy, you know what I'm saying, interview, this, you know, huge interview where he's talking about how, you know, he's trying to get killed by whoever, you know, doesn't want to see the people liberated. And, you know, it just made me think of how you got a bunch of figures out here who are like, yeah, front line, like, boom, let's just, you know, let's put it out there, you know. This injustice, this inequality, it's just all bullshit. There's one side who feels as though they are, you know, superior and better, and then there's the side who should feel that way, because if you look at history, there isn't an area really where black people haven't contributed. There's so much ruling that we've done, like ruling the world, and it's like it's not taught enough. The first coins that were printed, you know, I learned that the other day. They used to have an elephant on them. There are coins that I think still exist today that are different. They used to have an elephant. I don't know if they still, they probably don't still print those coins exactly, but there was a coin that was changed. They took the elephant off because, you know, the elephant is like a, you know, it's like an African thing, you know. They took the elephant off and for a long time kept using that coin. There's so many things that have just been erased, you know. And well, I won't say erased, but covered up. Yeah, and erased, yeah. That we don't know about. And I think it's important to know some of these things. It's like I've heard a lot of the stuff that Shyne was saying before, but him saying it on that platform, dressed like he was, being who he is, it just hit different. Because you wouldn't, he said he's always been like that though. He was a fan of Bob Marley and peaceful, you know, artists, you know. Just crazy, man, just crazy stuff like that. Crazy, he's a fan of Nas, you know. And I mean, when you're talking New York, you know, back in that time, gangsters and whatnot, you're gonna have your ways. But for the most part, Shyne he wanted to get a message across to his people. And that's kind of like, that's what he's doing now. It's basically what he's doing now. It just hit different and made me want to address certain things. Like, he said something about the ornaments. Nori said something about the ornaments that hang from a Christmas tree is because a leader named Nimrod used to hang people's heads from trees, probably prisoners or, you know, people's heads. He used to hang their heads. And it ties into so many different things, because you have here Santa Claus, and most people don't know that Saint Nicholas was a real person. He was a real saint, and he was black, you know. So we got that, you know. And then the Tooth Fairy, if you see a fairy in a Disney movie, chances are she ain't black. So you got this fairy, you got this fake, you know, fat white man that comes down your chimney every year. A lot of people don't know that Dracula comes from Vlad Dracula, who used to eat people. And here we are with all these, what's the movie Twilight? What are the movies that come on and people are like, you know, crazy about these vampire movies? And I mean, yeah, they cool, great entertainment, but let's get the facts, you know. People need to know about the Statue of Liberty and how it was a gift to America. Something about the, you know, freeing of slaves, and, you know, the chains are still on the bottom, but there's something about the face that I think they changed. They changed the face on the Statue of Liberty. It used to be more African, I'm pretty sure, is what that was. A lot of people don't know that clowns came about from the Jim Crow times, when, you know, black people were looking for jobs and extremely sad because it was just like, boom, you freed us, you know what I'm saying? But we don't have anything. So you got a lot of black people who were just sad, so they're gonna come with this sad paint on the face, you know, the sad clown, you know, with the bozo nose, you know what I mean, and, you know, with the eyes, and, you know, it's almost like blackface, you know what I mean? People don't know that that's where the clown came from. That's where clowns come from. So, you know, it kind of upsets me when, you know, our women call our men clowns, because there's so much history there that people just don't know about. A lot of people don't know that Easter comes from the word Esther. It's a variation of the word Esther, who was the, I believe, the Egyptian god of fertility. That's where you get the egg. I did some research on that, where I saw some people try to, you know, debate and say that that's not true. So I may have to look into that more, but things like that, come on, man. The wrench was invented by a black man. And for some reason, it's called the monkey wrench all the time. Monkey wrench, pass me that monkey. It's not a fucking monkey wrench. It's not. It's a wrench. This kind of stuff. All over. You know, every day. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing is the best that I've seen to describe how it's just shit all over the place that reminds us of this false inequality. That's, you know, it's like motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, we've been fighting for equality for so long, and we're not equal. We're not equal. We are a little better. Just slightly, not, you know, it's not. We can absorb the sun a little better. We can run a little faster, and we're a little stronger. That's it. It doesn't have to be, I mean, might be a little smarter and a little more compassionate as well. But that's it. We're not trying to say like but the thing is, you know what I mean? but the world believes that, for so long, the world has believed that, you know, the standard is the wrong standard. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, just, man, that interview just really touched me, man. That interview just really changed how I feel about the evolution. Because that was just a big situation. It's like he's sitting there looking like Obama, and he's talking like that. Just really, really left an impression on me, and I love it. I'm rocking with it the long way. Made me want to get some suits, you know, because he was dressed with the, you know, he had the button down on with the blazer, looking like Obama. Like I said, you know, made me want to get some more button downs and some more blazers, and really try to change the world, or at least my community, you know. At least, you know, try to, you know, do what I can, you know what I'm saying. Those around me have to know. Those around me have to know. That's how I feel. You have to know how great you are. And that goes for every culture. If you're around me, I want you to know exactly how great you are. I'm not saying that white people aren't awesome. What I'm saying is, this is the time where we're realizing who is as awesome as they are, for whatever reasons they are. White people have their lane of awesomeness, put it like that. I was listening to, who was it, Dr. Jewel Pookrum, and she was talking about how Asians have this about them, Caucasians have this about them, black people have this about them, and Hispanics have this about them. You know, everyone has their thing where they're needed here on earth. So don't get it twisted when I be talking like this. My thing is, I want my people to know how great we are. That's all I can deal with, you know, for the most part. You have a bunch of white people who will admit how awesome we are too. And that's one thing that I would say is awesome about them. In my opinion, just what they went through as far as becoming white people or Caucasian people, I think that's awesome, because, you know, there's this savageness about them. You know, they had to go through an ice age to become as hard as they had to become, as far as, you know, survival. I mean, yeah, you can say, hey, you know, that, well, I mean, the things that came about after that, yeah, a lot of destruction, a lot of genocide, yeah, horrible things happened. But I believe the DNA that they have, and the history and what they've inherited as far as this relentless bullying type of, mindset. This, it can be channeled in a way that is beneficial to the world as opposed to being detrimental. Once it's channeled, boom. You feel what I'm saying? But what has to be discussed is the fact that we are so powerful, and it's still not quite where it should be as far as the world knowing that. The media is still going to come out. I bet if any type of religious movie comes out from Hollywood, these people are not going to be black. They're not going to be tan. And if Jesus has to be a character in the movie, and if it comes out of Hollywood, he's going to be a white man. They're going to, They're going to pick a white man to play it. I just know that. And then, the police injustice. The stories that get famous and stuff like that, they always say, boom, there's still, this is happening. It's been happening. And it's just a couple stories get famous, man. But if you look at the stats and the, police murders at the end of the year, all that shit still be the same, man. The incarceration, all that shit still be the same at the end of the year. Yeah, you coming out with, we got roles in certain movies, superhero movies and stuff like that. It was fictional shit, you know what I mean? But like, and yeah, Obama did his thing, yes. So it's like, yeah, changes are being made gradually. But that Shyne interview kind of made me want to be more a part of that change that is really taking place right now. And I just want to go on to say what he said. If you are African American, if you're black, if you have ever felt inferior to someone else, stop that shit. Don't ever feel like that anymore. And when I said, okay, so I said if you're African American, and then I said if you've ever felt this way. That's me reaching out to everyone else. Don't feel oppressed, period. You know what I mean? It's just, I have to speak on what I know, and that's black people are more so oppressed. So I just want y'all to be uplifted. But everybody, if you're going through some shit, hold your head. You can get through it, and be strong, be great. So I think I touched on everything there. Y'all know how I'm coming anyway. Black liberation, black power. Y'all can't see the power tattoo, you know what I mean? But all day, every day. Much love to you all, and thanks for chilling with me.